Hello and welcome to MGP516. I'm Kevin. With you this week there is Anna and Pab. Say hello, boy and girl.
Hello.
Hello.
Apparently when we add sheepdog into the mix, it pluralises both boy and girl. That's what we've discovered as part of that intro, which, I mean, for anyone who's met him, I think that probably makes sense. I think that's probably fair. We are 100% sheepdog free this week, so that's always a good thing. And we didn't do a podcast last week either, did we? Because I didn't have a voice this time last week. Well, I did, but it just hurt to use it. What was everyone else's excuse? I had an excuse.
It was too hot.
You two just couldn't be bothered.
No, it was too hot.
Is it any cooler this week?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Significantly.
Is it? Anna was telling me it's going to be like 30 degrees or something at the weekend.
That's not weekend yet, is it?
Here.
Oh, is that all? That's not too bad. It's only 2 weeks we've missed, hasn't it?
One.
We've only missed 1 week.
One week.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all right. I was preparing an apology speech. If we've only missed 1 week and I had surgery in that time, that's fine. Boys and girls of the audience, you'll be glad to know I am recovered from my surgery. I am now gallbladder free, and weirdly that area is hurting every time I eat too many biscuits. So apparently I'm now allergic to biscuits, which is a problem because Anna bought me a 1.3 kilogram box of broken biscuits, my favourite way to consume biscuits.
Nothing to do with me.
It was the best kind of broken biscuits because not only were they broken biscuits, but they'd also been sat in the sun in the window of the shop, so all the chocolate had melted all over them. So I pulled like a clump of chocolatey biscuit that had like a jammy dodger on the bottom, a hobnob poking out the side of it, all covered in melted chocolate. It was glorious. I ate it like an apple. So that broken biscuits, wonderful, but they do seem to hurt my former gallbladder area now, so it might be my last box of broken biscuits, so I am going to enjoy it. They're delicious.
Sounds it.
Yeah, has anyone else had a broken biscuit this week, or any exciting news to impart? Or shall we just crack on?
I don't think so. You ask this every week.
For me.
Normally this is where Sheepdogs talks for 15 minutes about whatever nonsense he's done.
And I must say, I often think there probably is something, but the second you ask me, my mind goes blank, and it's like nothing.
You make notes before the show. You could write down what you've been doing.
But
conversation prompts.
What I would have to do is have this notebook with me at all times, so I could write these things down as they happen. I've
now got a button on the homepage of my phone where I literally just have to press this button that's the size of 4 app icons that just is a big add note button because I keep forgetting stuff. So now I press that button and it automatically adds notes for me. It's very clever. So you could do that. Anytime something worthy of conversation comes up, hit the big red button, and just in case I ask you what you've been up to.
Yeah.
There you go. See, we're going to make that happen. I guess we can lump straight into talking about video games then, because there's been a lot. It's been a couple of weeks, and I've played a lot. I've had 2 different game obsessions over the course of the last 2 weeks, depending on the stages of recovery from my surgery. When I first got out of hospital, I was still ploughing through Diablo. Actually, no, I was playing Diablo in the lead up to being in hospital. I'm now getting towards the end of the second act, I think. I started doing what you told me to do 2 weeks ago, and I'm ignoring all the side quests because this game doesn't work the way I thought it worked. I got myself very confused, and I didn't realise it was just all one big map. I thought it was like the previous one, and you would move from area to area. So I was trying to do all of the side quests before advancing the story, and then apparently you don't have to do that, so I've completely changed how I'm doing it. I'm just mainlining the main story to try and get to the point where I've got my horse, and then I can use my horse to go around and do all the side quests. So it's making a lot more sense from a story perspective now I'm actually doing the story. So I was really into that, but then once I'd had the surgery, I couldn't sit comfortably in that chair to play it, because in order to play on a controller, I tuck my elbows in, so my forearm rests across where some of my new holes were. I've got 4 new holes, one in my belly button, one like under my breastbone, and then 2 more towards the right-hand side of my 6-pack. So when I sit there with a controller, my forearm rests on aforementioned 6-pack. So the first like 3 or 4 days after the surgery, I couldn't play any games with a controller. So my Diablo obsession had to be dropped. And I plodded around for a few days trying to find something new to play. I downloaded that new theme park game that I can't remember the name of, that's been at every convention we've been to for the last year. Park Beyond, yes. We've seen it at so many conventions, and this is like a full price game. This was like 40 quid. I got it on Steam, so I could, my theory being I could play it on my Steam Deck once I'm able to use a controller again. So I needed something I could sit at my desk and play with a keyboard and mouse. So I got it on Steam. I probably will go back to it at some point, but I played it for an hour maybe, and all it did for that hour of the campaign was try and teach me the really fiddly, awkward mechanics of adjusting the height of different roller coasters. And I've got no interest. I don't want to design the roller coasters. I don't want to play this game to design roller coasters. I want to manage the theme park. I want to be setting up the hamburger stands and deciding where to put the queues. And I want to do admin. I don't want to make roller coasters. How is that fun? So I abandoned the campaign, went to sandbox mode, and it's a little bit more like what I wanted. But even then was trying to get me to go through different objectives to get there. I mean, they call it sandbox mode and then fill it with a load of objectives to unlock things. That's not how sandboxes work as far as I'm concerned. But it still wasn't letting me do exactly what I wanted to do. So at some point, when I'm a little more patient, I will probably go back and play it, probably on my Steam Deck on holiday at some point or something like that. It feels like that kind of game, but I wasn't really in a position to concentrate on something to that extent while I was grumbling and groaning and being in pain and not really sleeping properly. So I ended up playing Minecraft again because it's nice and easy, and it's comfortable. I know what I'm doing. So, and the 1.20 update came out 2 weeks ago. It's like the new version of Minecraft. So rather than releasing Minecraft 2, Minecraft 3, they just released the data patches.
What they added to it?
They've added, for me, it's like 3 updates. I don't know specifically what's in the 1.20, but I haven't played since 1.16 or 1.17. So I had the new caves and cliffs. I hadn't experienced them. I've had the wardens in there now who I'd never experienced, all the new mountain stuff, the lovely little mountain goats, the deep snow. There's different biomes. Even the nether's a little bit different from how I remember it last time I played. You can get a brush now to go and do sweep stuff with a brush rather than dig stuff up. You can sweep it with a brush and dig up little architect remnant things. And there's various other bits and bobs in there as well. But the important thing is, more than any new feature, the most important thing is I hadn't played it for a couple of years, so it was new and fun again. So I've barely scratched it. Although my excuse is the new stuff is in there. They've got cherry blossom trees now. They're pretty. Nice pink trees, nice pink cherry blossoms. I've enjoyed the cherry blossom. That's new. But really... Oh, and camels! That should be the headline feature. Camels are in Minecraft now, everybody. Mm-hmm. So, camels being in there are pretty cool. You can now ride around on a camel, which is obviously better than riding around on a horse or a donkey. But it was just... I'm enjoying building my house, setting up my farm, going hunting for diamonds, all the stuff that I've done 1,000 times before on Minecraft. And I just... played it obsessively for like 2 or 3 days and then was like, I want to play this with other people. So I talked to some of the Football Manager content creators who we did our multiplayer server with the last time we were all obsessed a couple of years ago, and a couple of them were like, yeah, I've been playing this the last couple of weeks as well. It's that time of year. Football Manager's cooling down a little bit, and I've kind of stumbled back into it as well. And a few of us were kind of dabbling in the single player, so we've got the multiplayer server up and running again. And that's been live for 5 or 6 days at the time of recording. And we are all on it all the time. But if I'm not making a video or sleeping, I've got that server on and I am having a lovely, lovely time building my own little corner of this little empire. I'm the one who did the hosting thing for it this time as well, so I'm learning an awful lot about how much of a pain in the backside doing things like managing whitelists and putting support tickets and switching. We had to switch to a different node on our server because we were overloading the original one, and there's lots of technical nonsense in the background. I will certainly never volunteer to be the guy who runs the server again, but I had to this time just to get it off the ground. And yeah, I'm loving Minecraft again. It's one of those games that I wish I could play it all the time and not kind of drift away from it for a couple of years. But I do get bored of it. But then when I get the bug again, I just can't get enough of it. It's ridiculous.
I have a question.
Go on then.
So you're not on a realm?
No, we've got a problem because realms are limited to 10 people and you can't put mods on it. So because we wanted to, I mean, there's like 30 or 40 people who are going to be on this when all is said and done. We're adding a few people a day so we don't make it completely collapse in on itself. So there's going to be a lot of people on it. And because a few of us are streaming, I've streamed it most days for the last week. Because people are going to be streaming it, we wanted a proximity voice mod on it. So rather than having to jump in Discords and do stuff that way, we've got it so we can only talk to the people who are nearby us. So if you want to go and do a spontaneous little bit of collaboration with someone while you're live, you can just wander over to their house or see them walking by, just chat with them, and it's quite cool. It makes it feel more of a community thing and less of a game thing. So, like I logged in earlier and someone was just browsing through my villager shopping centre that I've set up. They were just having a little look, and I just said hello, had a little chat with them. It was lovely. A lovely old time.
So how does that work then? Do you have to have the Java edition then?
Yeah.
I thought they were doing away with the Java edition.
You have to log into the Java edition with your Microsoft account now. So there's no separate accounts. It's all bundled together. So when you log into the Minecraft launcher, you still have the option whether to play Java or Bedrock.
I see.
But it's the same Microsoft account. It's all lumped together. So there's no Minecraft accounts anymore. No, so they've merged the two accounts.
Fair enough.
So I'm Leloujo on everything now, I guess, my original Minecraft account. And yeah, I assume if I log in on my Xbox or something, it's the same. I guess it must be the same account because it's all linked to that same Microsoft account that my Xbox is on. So
yes,
yeah, it's all the same thing. And all the little spin-off games are in there on the little control panel as well. You go into the Minecraft launcher and it's got Legends and whatever the others.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's all in there,
Dungeons.
all on the dashboard. Yeah. It's all there. It is. It's very snazzy, but I mean, I was trying to work out the other day how they make money, and me and Anna figured it out when we were setting up Andy's new Xbox, and we went into Minecraft on there because, to my mind, this is a game I spent £15 on 10 years ago, and they just constantly update it, and I can't work out how that's making any money. They're not even doing the hosting for me. I'm paying a different company to host it, and I'm not paying them anything. But then we went on to the Bedrock version on Xbox, and oh my word, is there some stuff to buy on that version? It's clearly being funded entirely by console people because it's just skins and mods, and rather than it being like a big almost open source playground where you can do what you want with, like you can on PC, and it doesn't cost you anything. On the console, it is bonkers. Everything's chargeable. They must make an absolute fortune. I don't know why they bother with the Java version anymore. I guess it's just because there'd be uproar if they took it away, and I guess it keeps it popular, keeps it busy on YouTube and on Twitch, which in turn keeps firing new people into the money making end of it. It's an interesting business model. But it's it's great. I love Minecraft. I'm just quite happy digging my big hole and then building my little house. And I'm currently just building up to the top of the world just to see how high I can get, so I can then jump off into the water. Just because I think it'll be fun to do. I'm basically building a big diving board. And that's what I've spent the last 20 minutes doing. So
building a diving board.
Just building a big diving board at the top of the world, yeah. I'm just going to jump off.
You got like a one square to jump into as well?
No, I've got the whole sea to jump into. I don't want to risk dying. I've just got my diamond armour. I don't want to kill myself. But yeah, I'm having a lovely old time. Minecraft is great. If people want to watch my Minecraft adventures, like I say, I am streaming it most nights on Twitch at the moment.
Yeah, I only get to see Kevin at dinner time and bedtime.
Exactly. And highlights of those streams are going on the Lujo Tier 1 YouTube as well, so you can watch the highlights of those. You're playing plenty of games of your own. You've got plenty to keep you amused.
Not all week. I haven't.
I was told I had to just sit down and recover from my surgery. So this has been my 2 weeks of surgery recovery. From Monday, I do have to become a normal person again. I can't just play Minecraft all the time because my 2 weeks of videos that I pre-recorded before I had my surgery have expired. So if I don't actually do some work next week, we're not going to be able to afford the electricity to keep Minecraft running. So that's how we're going to have to prioritise things.
Have you've recovered enough now to, like, your original surgery was going to be 2 days before Comic-Con.
Oh, there's no way I could have gone to Comic-Con.
No, would that not have happened?
Absolutely no chance, no. I wasn't driving again until like 2 days ago, so that was 10 days after the surgery.
Yeah.
And I'm still not... Tomorrow I'm leaving the house properly for the first time.
Oh, nice.
And
Nice.
going off and going about my business. But that's nearly 2 weeks post-surgery.
Yeah,
So yeah, if it had been the original date, there's no way at all that I would have been going to Comic-Con. So... It's a good job they moved my surgery.
Indeed.
They knew. They wanted me to go to Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. They saw the dates and went, I better not.
Yeah, they were looking after me. Exactly. Nothing to do with the fact that I flew to Tenerife when I wasn't supposed to, even though they didn't tell me I wasn't supposed to.
Oh.
That's not why they moved it at all. Because apparently you have to have a month's gap either side of surgery before you fly for more than 3 hours.
Really?
So because of that, yeah, they moved it to exactly a month after we got back from Tenerife, and I was like, well, I'm flying to Paris in July. I mean, am I allowed to do that? And they said it's less than 3 hours. That's fine because TwitchCon's in like 2 weeks.
Is it?
2 weeks? Yeah, it's about 2 weeks away until 2 or 3 weeks.
And you fly?
Yeah.
Why? You normally drive to Paris.
Yeah, but I'm going on my own. It's cheaper to fly.
Oh, are you going on your own?
Yeah. Anna didn't want to come to this one, so
I mean,
for me on my own, it's cheaper to fly than it is to... you didn't really enjoy TwitchCon last year, did you?
I don't blame her.
No.
You liked Amsterdam, but
I wasn't allowed. I wasn't allowed in half the places, so there's no point in me going. I just sat
there's
outside.
a lot of partner exclusive stuff and areas.
I think that's...
And they have a very strict no +1s rule.
That's insane to me. That is insane.
Quite nice for me because I got free hot dogs, free drinks, free stuff.
Yes, but I had to sit outside.
I know.
So it was lovely for...
It's a big no-no for me, that. You can't take a +1 in it, so you come... it's just things...
And the thing is, in the group that we were in, not all of us were partners, so there was the 4 or 5 of us who were partners went off and did the partner things, and then it was Anna, Zealand's mum, and Tom FM all left outside because we went off and we got our free food, free drink, it was great where we were, but Anna was sat outside on the curb. Yeah. So you're not coming to TwitchCon this year, are you?
No.
Which therefore makes it ridiculously the cheapest way to get there is to fly. Cheaper than the train, cheaper than driving.
Really?
Yeah, it's only like £30 to fly.
Oh, bargain.
£30 each way, I think.
Why didn't we do that when we came back from wherever we went that time?
What, from Amsterdam? Because the whole reason we were on Eurostar in the first place is because our flights were cancelled. Do you not remember? There was all those problems at Amsterdam airport last summer. So our flights got cancelled, which is why we had to do the last-minute Eurostar in the first place.
Yeah, I wish we went in the car.
Of course, yeah.
And then we got back and it was 40 degrees and no thank you.
Yep.
I'm not doing that again.
The summer of shenanigans. So Anna's been put off TwitchCon for life. They're gonna have to put it somewhere really special next year to tempt Anna into getting back involved again. Amsterdam was an awesome city. Paris is somewhere we've been to before, so it's not quite as tempting. They need to put it like in Bermuda or somewhere to get Anna back on board. I think
if they put it in Disneyland Paris, and they just let you go into your little show, and Anna will just be content in Disneyland Paris.
Well, our original plan, and I've had a moan about this on stream because our original plan, because they announced at Amsterdam last year that this year was going to be Paris. So we knew a year out it was going to be Paris. So we had this great plan where we were going to drive to Paris, do TwitchCon, and then go to Disneyland on the way home and make it this big, like, week and a half long extravaganza. But then they didn't announce the dates until, like, March. And by the time March came round, the dog kennels were fully booked up. So we had no way of Anna being able to come anyway because we had nowhere for Dave to go. So we couldn't do the big combined trip that we were planning on doing. Whereas if they'd have announced last summer the dates, we'd have probably booked it all there and then. And it would have been a trip to Disneyland as well. And Anna would have been tagging along and we could have gone up the Eiffel Tower. Wouldn't that have been fun?
If it's open.
It better be open.
Usually it's open. Has it been shut?
Yeah, why wouldn't it be open?
Because I thought they were doing repairs on it.
Oh,
It better not be.
I thought it was needing a repair.
They can, even if it's being repaired, they can open it up for me. They know I love a tower.
lift's broke. You've got to take the stairs.
I'll give it
Jesus,
this then.
God, Lord, no.
Yeah, I'm not that into it. I'm not getting the stairs. I don't really want to get the flight of stairs you have to get to the lift because I've been up there before, and from what I remember, you go up a couple of flights of stairs before you get to the lift.
Yeah, sounds right.
I begrudge doing that. I'm not getting the stairs the rest of the way. Ridiculous. But yeah, that's I think that's everything that I've played. I mean, I did jump back into Pokemon Go for a little while, but the surgery killed that because obviously I couldn't go out anywhere. So I've not touched Pokemon Go in 2 weeks. I've got my little Pokemon disc thing coming, the new button pressing. Yeah. That's still on the way, but I haven't actually touched the game for 2 weeks, so that's been officially killed. And yeah, I don't think there's been anything else. I'm just obsessed with Minecraft. Can't stop. I'm thinking about it now. Can't stop. It's a problem.
Sounds like
Send help, boys and girls.
So you've got like you've not got mods like heavy duty mods, like as in.
No, I mean I've got some shaders on there.
No, but I mean like you've not got.
I've got a few little optimization things, but we've not got like the Pokemon mod or something like that on there.
The ones like the technical ones where you can build.
No, it's just good old vanilla Minecraft.
That's not too bad, I suppose. I feel like it gets a bit overwhelming when you put all that stuff in, and it's just like, what? I'm building generators for a nuclear power station. What
with it being a server that we're running outside of the Mojang Empire, we could always add that stuff in if we want to.
You
anyway.
Can do, yeah. There's tons of them, but I just feel like
if we get bored, we can add all that in. But my dream is that we keep this server running until the new Football Manager game comes out. And by the time we get there, it's like this big sprawling metropolis of a city where we've all been building ridiculous contraptions and buildings. And I just want it to be awesome. It's a world of awesome. The one me and Sheepdog did a few years ago got to the point where it was pretty massive with all the stuff we were doing. I actually logged into that world the other day, saw your little house on top of the hill, your little wooden shack, looking down over mine and Sheepdog's mass expanse of ridiculous machines, Sheepdog Zoo, all the crazy stuff that we did, my giant map wall, and then there's Pab's little shed up on top of the hill where he looks down on us because you logged in 3 times.
I did. I needed somewhere to sleep.
But yeah, just if you haven't played Minecraft for a few years, boys and girls, it is the summer of Minecraft once again. It comes around every few years. Seems to conveniently be opposite to the World Cup and the Euros, almost as if those summers I need something to do. It's remarkable how this works out. But yeah, Minecraft is back, kids. Go get it played.
I know Anna messaged I'm sure it was last week, and said play Minecraft with Kev.
Because he was trying to make me play with him.
Oh yeah, I wanted someone to play with. So that's I missed a step of the story out there before I got the Football Manager lot involved. Yeah, I spent a day trying to get Anna to play with me.
Which was no.
You've never played it properly.
You've
only ever played creative mode with Andy. You've just built Tesco 1,000 times over and then watch him blow it up. I don't need you to build Tesco more than once. I won't blow it up.
I don't know. No, thank you. I'm good.
You've got some kind of Minecraft trauma in there that you can't get past.
Because I had to make Tesco. Do you know how boring that is?
Sounds fun.
You don't know. You don't understand. It was very boring. And then watch it. What was it? He would like delete the server or whatever it is, the save.
Yeah, the save file. Yeah, you'd bin that off,
and then I had to make.
And then the next day you had to build it again. Yeah,
a windmill, a church. No, I am just Minecrafted out. No, thank you. Not again.
You can
but
build
I'm
a
glad
windmill.
you're having fun. I don't want.
I'd quite like
to.
a windmill in my world. If you could build me a windmill.
I don't even know how to get it to work. I'd love it to work. It would have been fun to see, but no, it was just a static one. It was very odd.
I'd still like that. I've got a mountain behind my house I'd like a windmill on top of.
I'm sure you can make one.
I'm going to do a big water slide, I think.
Well, weren't you talking about your weird tower earlier? That was... Oh, God. The things you come out with.
Yeah, I've always got things going on. I've got
tower.
my sex tower.
Sorry, what?
I've got a sex tower. It's basically a little tower where I've got 2 villagers at the top of it with beds and surrounded by beds and food. And then at the bottom of it, there's a minecart system. So when the babies drop out of the villagers up in the sex tower, they land in the minecarts and get taken off and put to work. I've got my big villager trading hall. That's basically my shopping centre for everything you could possibly need in Minecraft. I've set up the high street on our server where I've got like 30 villagers around the back of my house set up in their little shops selling all their different wares. But in order to do that, I had to make a sex tower.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
This is not a kid's game, boys and girls.
I always thought it was, but obviously not.
It's just Lego, isn't it? You can do what you want with it.
It's a very strange Lego.
What, you didn't ever make a sex tower in Lego?
No, I can't say I did, Kev.
No.
Weird.
I'm weird.
Yeah, you are weird. Right, what have you two been doing then? You've had 2 weeks. I imagine you've not played Minecraft. So what have you been doing? But it's not as fun as me.
What have I been doing?
Have you two played any more Diablo? We could probably start there.
Yes and no. What about you, Anna? You played more Diablo?
I got to level 40 and I was just getting a bit bored, so I started a rogue.
Right, okay.
Started the game again?
Yeah. I was just getting a bit bored with it.
Doesn't the easy level that we're playing on cap out at level 50? Or does it all cap out at level 50? How does it work? I think 50 is the cap, isn't it?
Genuinely don't know.
I'm sure you can only go beyond level 50 on the
I think it's level 50 and then it goes to another
2.
No, it goes to, I forget the word, prestige. And then there's there's like a prestige when you get to level 50.
Yeah, because I'm like level 40 and only on the second act. So I'm going to hit this level cap well before I finish the game.
Huh.
But yeah,
which kind of defeats the object with Diablo, because if you're not leveling up, the story's got to be pretty strong to keep you going.
I definitely prefer 4. Is this 4 or 5?
This is 4.
I prefer 3 to this one.
Really?
Very much so. I don't know what it is. I just find that one more entertaining than this. It just seems a bit samey. Like you said, I've just got to level 2 and I'm level 40. Like I've barely touched level 2. And I was just getting
Act 2.
Yeah, Act 2, sorry. And I was just getting really bored. It's just, I think because there's so many side quests and so many what they called caves and stuff. Like I like to go and unlock everything because I like to have a tick.
See, I learned fairly early on not to just go in the random dungeons, because I had a couple of instances where I would go and clear a dungeon because I found it, and then at the next town there's a side quest, and the side quest is sending me back to that dungeon. So I've got to do that dungeon again. So my quick tip for anyone trying to avoid that frustration is, unlike everything your instinct is telling you in Diablo, if you just stumble across a random dungeon, just ignore it, because you will get sent back there at some point, because there's so many side quests. You are definitely getting sent back to those dungeons, so you may as well do it all in one go, because then when you're going through, you've got the side quest objectives plus the objectives for that dungeon. You can do it all at the same time, and it just saves you having to do the dungeon twice. Obviously, if you want to do maximum grind and get as much loot as possible, when you go back for the quest, you do get to redo the dungeon objectives and you get the chest at the end again. So you are getting double loot, but I'd rather just do each dungeon once, please and thank you.
Yeah, I would agree. See your point. But yeah, I'm now a rogue level 10. So just plodding on with it, just doing what I need to do. I find the druid a little slow for what I like to play. So the druid is a lot faster.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the reasons I looked at like which of the quick classes sort of thing, and sorcerer has like has a teleport as well, so that's like essentially an extra dodge.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's got a cooldown on it, but it's all as a dodge. But I was like, that seems useful to me, and it also inflicts damage on the way through the teleport as well. So I was like, well, it's a way for me to get out of trouble quick if I really have to. If I've used the dodge and I'm still in it, it can literally just teleport me away quite a much further distance. And I feel like I've played it, but like you said, I played it last, and I sat there going, I've done this. I'm sure I've done this.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, Kev. I think I have done this area before, and I've stumbled across, done it all, and then gone and got a quest, and I was like, I'm sure, but because there was a gap of me doing it, it wasn't in the same session. I just sat there scratching my head like deja vu, going, I'm sure it. I was like, and I was asking people, did it regenerate quests or something? Just infinitely regenerate quests, and I'm just redoing the same one over and over again because I'm sure I've done this quest, and they were going, no. I was like, huh? I'm like, I've been through so many women's bedrooms and like exercise demons, and then I'm like, I don't understand what. I feel like I'm sure I've done these quests so many times now. Where you go into this bedroom, there's this woman in a bed, and then there's a demon comes out of her, and then you kill the demon, and then she's all, thanks very much, and then off you go and you get your.
That's like a branching side quest. You do it. I think there's like 3 times that you do it.
Oh right, okay, so it's not just me imagining.
No.
It's I feel like I've done it 3 times, and I'm thinking, why am I doing this same quest over and over again? I've suddenly become like the priest who's exercising demons all of a sudden.
No, it's a branching side quest. I believe that's what
if it happens again, I'm going to be suspicious because I'm sure I've done it at least 3 times now.
Yeah, I thought that at first, but no, it's it's like a extra storyline.
I find it like you said, Kev. I can't help myself, but I kind of wonder to like I was going to a main quest the last time I played it, and I ended up doing 3 side quests on the way and just not getting to it. I'm not because it just pops up on the map like you're in this area to do this quest, and you go, well, I'm here. Okay, then you do it. It's a 20-minute quest. Like, come on, and then it's so hard to just walk past. I cannot just openly walk past the quest that's there to be done. I like the game a lot. I do. I think this one is because all the acts are just open from the beginning. Like the quest log is like there's like Act 2 and 3 quests for me to do.
Yeah, what happens if you go and do the Act 3 quest first? Does it let you do? I guess it must let you do it.
It does let you do it, I think. This is the thing, you see. It feels like it's just it's a much more open world, and it's kind of letting you do what you want at your own pace, sort of thing. And because the world like levels with you, you could go and do these Act 3 quests, and they don't. It's not like as if you're going to get stomped. It's probably more challenging, probably because I imagine the more the quests go on, the more stuff is thrown at you. But the levels are the same. You're still fighting the same level enemies. I think that is a different into the Act 4. I think there is a cap you need to be to do Act 4. I think it was 45. I could be wrong. Could be completely wrong. But I have heard multiple places now that there is a cap that you need to be to start Act 4. Sorry. But the rest of them, do them how you like. And I think that's sort of where Diablo 3 was much more linear in that case, where it was like you were doing quest, end of the act 2, go to a different area.
Which is what I assumed this was for far too long.
Yes.
Until it was explained to me by a grown-up.
Yeah. Yeah. I do. I like what I'm playing. I'm enjoying what I'm playing. I like how dark it is. I liked it enough that I bought Diablo 2, whatever it's called, Resurrected, whatever it is, the one that they brought out a couple of years ago. It was on Battle.net for £11, and I thought,
I think I have that Diablo 2
is it Resurrected or whatever? It's the remake.
So, like that.
They remade 2, and this one is supposedly more like 2 than 3. So I feel like I might at some point try 2 as well. But it's just a good game. I like just a lot of people have been saying that they're the podcast games or the games that you don't need a lot of mental energy, or there's no concentration. You're not like playing Tears of the Kingdom where you're trying to fathom out how to build a contraption to get to somewhere. You are just literally charging around and just clicking buttons. And
oh yeah, it would have been absolutely perfect for surgery recovery if it hadn't have been for where I'd have to rest my arms. I should have just got it on PC and played it with a mouse.
Yeah, you could have.
But I don't know that I could bring myself to do it. Now, I originally played Diablo 3 with a mouse, but once I played those console controls and it was so perfect, I just can't really go back. I don't think.
Yeah, me too. I'm the same for that. I tried on mouse and keyboard. And I was like, as soon as I found out you could do controller on PC, I was like, well, there you go. No going back now. Yeah, Diablo's good. What else have we got? Do we want to put an ad break in at some point?
Absolutely, we do. Advertise something. Good work, Pab. Good advertising. I liked that. One of my favourite products. Just had there. Really like it.
Good, yeah.
Use it most days.
Dude, I pray for an advert to be in there for something incredibly bizarre.
Yeah, it's just me endorsing tampons as usual.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's do the one that I know Anna's been playing.
What would that be then?
All right, seeing as the Final Fantasy expert isn't here.
Ah, yes.
Old sheepdog. And now usually let's go to the JRPG expert. That's Kev.
Hello.
Which I know Kev hasn't been playing this.
No, I did drive Anna to Curry's to buy it though because the pre-order got cancelled.
Really?
Yes.
So yeah.
What?
We've got a whole thing with Simply Games where they just reject the card every other pre-order we do. So sometimes they get through, and sometimes we get a pre-order cancellation message the day before it's supposed to come out, and it doesn't even give you the option to re-input card details. It just kind of is like, no, we're just going to decline it this time. Well, why? What are you doing that for? So we had to go and buy it, and I took Hannah to Curry's. Treated her to a little day out at Curry's. She had a lovely time. She's there saying she's not spent any time with me. We went to Curry's, and then straight afterwards, we went to Curry's Food Warehouse, where we got some Ed's Easy Diner microwave rib burgers, amongst other things.
Sounds nice.
And we went to McDonald's to try some stuff off the new menu. So
that was
she
for
had
you,
a proper
not me.
little date day yesterday. Only because you had the mozzarella balls.
No,
you could have had a
I
chocolate pie if you wanted.
I had a chicken sandwich, fries, and a water. You had a dessert.
I had one of everything new.
Yes,
yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, I would have had the McFlurry if they'd have had it, but everything else new I had one of. The chicken Caesar wrap is good. The mozzarella balls are all right. The double chocolate pie is excellent.
What's a
That's
double
my
chocolate
review
pie?
of the new. It's, you know how the apple pies are.
Yeah.
Rather than pastry, it's chocolate, and rather than apple, it's chocolate.
Okay, I'm in on that. I don't like apple pies, so no, I'm in.
Yeah, no, it is good. The double chocolate pie.
Interesting.
Hopefully, I'll get an opportunity to go again before they take because they've got Biscoff McFlurries is the other new thing. I really want to try, but they were out of stock. But I am a Biscoff guy.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I need to get one of them in my face.
Indeed. So yes, I'm certain Kev hasn't played this.
No, although the man behind the counter in Curry's had a big beard, and he was talking about it. So, I mean, obviously, we all know my history with Final Fantasy. I've never really played it, but I do like a JRPG these days. Mm-hmm. So I need you two to decide if this is one that I would enjoy. I've watched Anna playing a bit of the demo, and she was just driving around in a car, and that's not my cup of tea at all.
That was not. That was the old one, Kevin.
That's 15.
Oh, well, what are you doing to me?
I'll start by saying this is not your traditional JRPG.
No, it's not.
The guy's called Clive.
The guy's called Clive, and your mate's called Sid.
And there's a Gav in there.
And a Gav, and probably there's a Trevor and a Gordon. But
there's excellent names.
It's set in Blackburn, is what we've established.
They're all in the mines.
Yeah.
No, it's... People on previews compared it to having Devil May Cry combat. Now that more turned me into it than it's not something I would be interested in if it was a traditional Final Fantasy game where it's turn-based combat. It's nothing. It might as well not be a JRPG for what it is. It isn't. I'd say it's not a JRPG in that sense. It's more like an action game, like akin to something like. I suppose it is a little bit Devil May Cry. Maybe it's not as frantic as Bayonetta. It's much more rigid than that, isn't it? I would say, Anna. It's not Bayonetta. It's not. It's sort of like it's light. That it's not full on Bayonetta though, is it? I find sometimes it's frantic as Bayonetta, but you're not bouncing around the screen.
Your hair out.
No, you're not bouncing around the screen like a lunatic and just ping ponging around. It feels much more rigid than that.
Yeah, it's not open world at all.
No,
like previous ones.
It gives you an illusion of open world, but it really isn't.
No,
it's like you have a big world map, but you just kind of click on the points and you just go to them.
Yeah,
you don't walk to anywhere.
Even in the old ones, you would be like a big sprite on a world map, and you would walk to where you were going to, and you would get into fights and stuff. There's nothing like that in this game, which I miss a little bit because I used to enjoy like farming around and doing that sort of thing. And there's nothing like that in this, which is disappointing. But then when you get to these places, they're not small. They're quite substantial.
They're big story like. Mm-hmm. They're like big areas with a. I feel like they could be classed as like. I don't want to say Uncharted, but like Uncharted, you have a level. They're like levels,
set
and
pieces.
they are big.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. They're not like big sprawling up worlds, but they are big levels. They're effectively just levels. They're not really like. It's just
each mission opens like a new level. This is this level. This and like you read the wording of it, and you're like, oh, you know where your story is going with this. The story is very like because I played the demo.
Yes, I did
which
too.
Was like 2 hours. It was great. It was fantastic, and I enjoyed what was happening. But then, as the story's going on, I was like, I know I can write this story. It's so predictable.
Really?
Yeah, okay. I don't know if it's just me, but I was like, oh yeah, I saw that coming a mile away. Oh, I saw that. It's just because like the demo was set 13 years before. The demo was set 13 years before like the main game, and then you're like, it doesn't. You see what happens, and then you're like, well, if he's got these powers, why didn't he just leave? And then it carries on, and then obviously I'm not gonna. It came out yesterday. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it just seems a little predictable. It says I am 27% through the game.
Jeepers.
I played it for like 7 hours yesterday. So
Wow.
I gave it a little bit of time yesterday because I was like, Kev said we had to go out and get it, and then that was like got home at like 2, had to install it. That took it to about 4, and then I played it till like midnight. So I had I had a good chunk on it, and it just So
when I played the demo, and I wanted to play the demo solely because the progress carries over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's literally the start of the game. So I was thinking,
yes,
if I don't have to play, if I am effectively getting a jump start on the start of the game, and I don't have to do this again, I'm going to do it. Now, I think the director of this game had the entire staff watch Game of Thrones before they made this game. And by God, for me, they don't half wear that on the sleeve.
Yeah.
There's not nudity, there's not sex scenes, but there's pretty damn close to it. There's pretty much damn close to it.
They have a sex tower.
Yeah, it might as well be.
And Final Fantasy are not normally like that.
No, and there's blood, a lot of blood in places. There is, like I say, I feel at times there are Game of Thrones-esque moments that it just feels like they've just gone, well, they did this in Game of Thrones. What if we did this? And they're like, yeah, okay, yeah, I can see. I can see like the similarities to Game of Thrones in certain aspects of it. Definitely. I mean, I feel like I've played maybe 6 hours, 6 hours, something like that. Now I've just beaten the first boss lady.
Okay. Yep.
And I've acquired an icon.
Okay.
Icons?
Yes.
I know icons are like these like. They're like.
Oh God, what are they called? They're in every game. Like what are they called? Like Shiva and oh God,
yeah, they're
what are they called?
They're like big monsters, aren't they? I don't know what.
Yeah, they're in every game. They're called different things for every. It
doesn't mean anything to me.
But, Shiva and if it begins with an I, they're in every single Final Fantasy game. They're just called different things in each game. But these are in every game. The big, like, monster energies that you get. Yeah.
So it's
which is fun, by the way, when you get the next one. It's like
I say, I've got you. So I'm not. So there are dominants in this world, and from what I've seen, I'm not a dominant. I'm just a bearer, I think.
Yes, and bearers are slaves because they have powers, but they don't need crystals to use their power, because there's crystals in this game, and the crystals give the world power.
Yes,
but if you're a bearer, you don't need crystals to use the power, so people use you as slaves to do whatever work they want doing.
But you're not a dominant. Dominants are the ones that are imbued by the gods of whatever of the big monsters. They inhabit one person, but a bear is like a dominant light who has some powers, but isn't.
It's not the one
that
is.
It's not the. It's pretty much like the one that looks after, like an understudy to the dominant, and
because
that's what you are. Yeah,
it's basically passed down bloodlines. But if you're a dominant, you can't become a dominant until the previous dominant has died.
Yeah. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. It's all very confusing, but it's just a whole like lore that you have to read, because like there is like when you're playing this game, you can hold on to the touchpad. If you just hold down on that for a couple of seconds, it takes you to a lore page, and you can read all about the lore that you have just learned, and you're like, what So you read it and you're like, oh, okay, now that makes sense. But yeah, it's a whole lot of story, but told in a completely different way from previous Final Fantasies. Because there has been Final Fantasies, and I'm like, what now? Like, especially in 8, I had no idea what half the stuff was going on about. You would like 8, Kevin. 8, Kevin. It was set in a school, and I know how you like that kind of thing.
I mean, I enjoy Persona, not specifically because it's in a school,
but you like that kind of environment. And this is that number 8 is just classrooms and questions and exams. I just hated it.
That does sound right up my street.
You know what I mean? You like you say, you like Persona.
I think she's calling me a nerd.
But yeah, it's it's different, but like, I'm a Final Fantasy fan, and I'm enjoying it. Like, I enjoy the battles. They're not turn-based as they used to be, but they're fine. They're
how hard are you finding it? What level of difficulty are you playing on?
Action. Yeah.
Is that like the standard difficulty? Because I put it on story difficulty.
Yeah, I think I'm on the normal one.
I put it on story difficulty, and I clean stuff out instantly. I'm like thinking, this doesn't seem like as in to the point where I just kind of press square a lot of times, and then everyone's dead.
Oh, I've died
I
a few
don't need
times.
I've not died at all. I don't dodge. I try
do you
to dodge.
not?
I try to
Now
dodge.
I'm more interested.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a way that you can just skim through everything.
Yeah, pretty
You've
much
got
is.
like this special ring. You can wear 3 rings, and one of the rings is dodge. Another ring is give
one
you.
Of them, one of them is for the dog. One of them you can
yeah,
wear.
I wear
that. And then I wear that because then you don't have to give the dog instructions. The dog just does it all automatically. You're like, okay, well, that's one less thing I've got to worry about.
Yes, I wear that ring.
Yeah,
but
that's just what you do. Yeah, and I've not found it difficult in any
maybe
way.
take it up to action then.
I thought that, to be honest. Yeah, I keep thinking. I feel like I'm just going to get to a point where I want to get rolling a bit more in the game, because I don't know about you, man. I find myself I run probably 15 meters maybe cutscene. I run another 15 meters cutscene. I do a battle cutscene. I go through a doorway, run another 15 meters cutscene.
Yeah, it is very much that.
Just let me loose a little bit. Let me loose a bit, because it's just very, and some of the cutscenes just like nothing. It's just like this kind of parents just stand there, they have a conversation, like one sentence, and it goes back, and you're like, just do it in engine. That's not worth the hassle of doing a cutscene. It's very good. I like it quite a lot. I'm more intrigued into where the story's going and what have you, and I like that it's dark. It's a bit more, like I say, it is kind of like, it's kind of like Game of Thrones light. It really is. It's just, and like you said, Anna, I think I've already guessed who the fire dominant is, who we're looking for.
Yeah, because it's not allowed to be 2 apparently.
Yeah, there's only allowed to be 1 of each dominant at a time. But yeah, I feel like I've just got this new power, so I'm gonna learn how to do this stuff over the weekend.
Oh, it's fun. I like the new.
I've got like claw grips and stuff like that, and winds and something like that.
I don't understand the powering up though. That circle thing. Couldn't tell you how it works.
Powering up.
Yeah, there's like a big circle, and then you get a new circle when you've got the claws.
Oh, the abilities kind of thing. See,
no idea.
I did it
works.
once and then I've forgotten all about it. I did see it as then I went. I did see it as I was like turning it off before when I beat the boss, and it showed you there's a new
yeah
thing, and I went, oh yeah, I forgot about that. You meant to put points into that. You are, aren't you? I've not been doing any of that. I just unlocked all the main things that you did at the start of the game.
Yeah, on the demo,
and then that was it. That's all I've done. So
yeah, I completely forgot about that.
I forgot all about that stuff. So it was that was fun. just seeing that, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to go back and do all my skills and upgrade them and whatever, you know. But yeah, it is. So far, so good in that game. Well, apart from play this in graphics mode, I would recommend. Don't play it in frame rate mode because it's not worth your time. It dropped. I watched the Digital Foundry video on it, and they said that frame rate mode drops down to 720p in places.
Yeah. Okay.
Drops that far down, and to no benefit because it's not. Like, I was like, okay, if frame rate mode gives you a steady 60, that's fine. But when it's so erratic to it's like it drops down into like 40s at times. Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it for the fidelity. It does look blurry in places when I did that, and so I changed it to graphics mode, which locks it at 30, and it seems pretty stable at 30. But I don't. There's another thing I don't like. I don't like the motion blur. And you can't turn it off. You can't turn that off. There's no setting for motion blur. No. There's no setting for it. And it drives me insane that, like, you see around the edges of the characters, they're all like, there's like blurry whenever he moves. There's like a blur around them. I'm like,
it's very odd.
And the camera sometimes pulls right in behind them. And it makes you proper kind of claustrophobic at times. I was like, want to pull the camera away from him a little bit and just see my surroundings a little bit. Sometimes you kind of get locked in behind him and you get disorientated as to where you are. The amount of times I've found myself running back in the same direction after a battle because I don't know where I am.
You don't know where you are, no.
I just kind of run myself backwards. I'm like, I've been through here.
If you press down on L3, the dog will show you
which way you're going. Yes, the dog does show you the way, yeah. It's not something I regularly use. It's not something I default to use, really. But I'm probably going to have to start using it more. Because I ran through the castle twice. I did a full loop round the castle. I was like, I've been in here. I looped this. Yeah. I did a full loop round the castle and then found myself going the right way.
Wow.
So yeah, Final Fantasy so far so good.
Mhm.
Have you played anything else, Anna?
No.
So I have played. I've been playing Overwatch again. I've been playing more Overwatch 2. Some friends of mine play it semi-regularly, and I just happened to catch them playing it the other night, and I said, "Oh, I'll play with you." I've been doing that the last few nights, and I think I just enjoy playing multiplayer games. I think that's what it is. Because, like I say, I play Fortnite all the time. I enjoy doing that, and I've enjoyed playing Overwatch. I don't play it for like I'm not competitive in it at all. Even though we are playing ranked games, we're playing ranked games just to try and get a little bit better at it. But I'm not very good. Overall, I'm okay, but I'm not great. But what I like doing is just getting like just winding up the salty people. That's right. The amount of salty people in that game, just in the chat, just stuff you get shouted at in the chat, and I just like, why are you mad? Just why are you mad? That's mean. Just start aggroing them with just they say something horrible. I just go, that's mean. That's mean.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's just I find it funny just to make people more angry, just because they're playing a game and we're not very good.
Monster.
I know. Yeah. Well, they have it coming. If they're that salty about us playing a game, they have it coming. The other thing I've done, it is currently Steam Next Fest. I don't know how long it's on for. It's probably on for a week, so it's probably on this weekend still. There are hundreds of demos currently out for Steam Next Fest. Tons of demos. So I've downloaded the Lies of P demo. What else have I downloaded?
The what, sorry?
Lies of P.
Oh, I've watched people play that. That's fun.
Yeah, that is the Souls-like game based on Pinocchio. Yes, that one seems pretty good. I've not played it yet. I've downloaded a demo called the Invincible, which looks pretty good. I've downloaded the Steam World Build demo. But the two I've played the game called Viewfinder, which is very good. It was reminiscent to me of something like The Witness, or I'm trying to think of all puzzle games now.
Fez?
Maybe
that was a puzzle game.
No, I'm thinking it does feel more Witnesses to me. It's more like
okay,
little diorama worlds. There's a whole story going through it, and you can pick up pictures, and then you can look at the picture, and then you can place the picture, and then the picture becomes kind of like a stereoscopic, like 3D image that you kind of walk into, and then you kind of walk into the picture, and the puzzle continues from there. You then potentially get another picture, or you can then get, say, a battery pack that's in the picture, and then you can put it on a teleporter, and the teleporter will take you to the next kind of little world. And you eventually get like one of those, like a viewfinder. Yeah, there's such thing as a viewfinder, isn't there? It's them little like toys that you'd have as a kid, and you'd like have like it was like a set of binoculars, and you had like a little like slate, like little circular disc thing.
Kaleidoscope.
No,
a clicky thing.
So
I know what you
mean. Click it, and then you'd have a picture, and you click it, and you.
Yes, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so it was one of them. I think you eventually get one of them, and you'll be able to put the pictures in, and do things with that. But it's very clever. It's very clever. I got stuck for a long time with it until you feel really. It's one of them things where you kind of go, of course, I'm dumb. You just have to do it this way, and then like a traditional puzzle game that I feel incredibly stupid for 20 minutes, and then it's like,
yeah.
Of course, I'm just scratching my head. So yeah, that's out there. That the demo is out. It's out. I think it's out this year. I'm hoping it is because it's very good. So I'm recommending that one to give it a try, because it's kind of needs to be played, or needs to be seen to understand what I'm saying with it. It's cool. And the other one I've played is a game called Stray Gods. Stray Gods? You look at the demo. Yeah, Stray Gods. And this is a story-based game a la Telltale, but it is a musical.
You say some strange words,
Okay.
young man.
It's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good, and the choices you make, like decide on how the song is played out, so it could turn into a bit more rock opera or more of a ballad or whatever as you go through your choices, as the character is singing singing out the act. But it's very good. It is very, very good. It's got a lot of, it's got fairly well known. It's got I think the main character is Ashley Birch, I think, who is Aloy.
Yeah.
And then Troy Baker's in it. Ashley Johnson's in it, who is Ellie from The Last of Us. And there's quite a few different people in it. I can't remember any more now. I'm trying to think now, but it's all singing. It's all like a story based on. It's a very short demo because I don't think it's that close to being out. I know there was a demo that during like the full announcement thing that came out a few months ago. So I imagine it's that demo. But it seemed pretty good. I played it twice because I wanted to see how the songs played out, how the act played out, sort of thing of what it was. It's not very long, but it is, like I say, it's worth giving it a go if you're interested in like a story-based musical, which seems pretty good. So, and I think that is it. But like I said, Next Fest is on probably until at least Monday. So if you're listening to this,
spend any more money, Pabby.
there's no money. There's no money to spend. It's a demo.
It just says it's free demo.
It's not demos. There's hundreds of demos out there. Hundreds of demos. Just go into Steam and click on Next Fest and just look at what's most popular. That's pretty much what I did. Yeah, give them a go.
Interesting. Okay, well, we will wrap things up there then, boys and girls. If you want to follow us on the internet. You can do that at Mgukpodcast. You can follow me at Lelujo.
I'm at Mr. Lelujo.
And I'm at Pab1986.
And we will see you next week, boys and girls.
Toodle bit.
Thanks a lot, folks.